So this hole, definitely brings back a lot of good memories here. I typically struggle on this hole. I usually play this hole from the back tees, and it's a little longer club, like a 5-iron, and the way that the tee box is set up is it's slanted.
Okay.
So no matter what, I feel like I'm always gonna hit the ball left.
Okay.
Even try to hit a cut off it, I hit the ball left.
Right.
So, this hole, I walk up to it with a little bit more anxiety than I do the other ones, just because
which makes sense
on this hole. So I try to take some deep breaths, try to get rid of that feeling. So once I do that, I take a couple of practice swings. But before that, I try to look at the distance.
Okay.
So before I do that, I look at the hole, where the flag's at in relation to the green.
Okay.
And just the realization now is I always feel like I go for the flag stick here.
Okay.
Which, by looking at this hole, you don't need to hit it at the flag stick to get it close.
No.
Because the way the green is set up,
it slopes a lot.
It slopes to the left.
Yep.
So, hitting it to the right to make it left, which we can use to our advantage. But
I agree. Yeah. So pretty much, your pre-swing right now. What I want you to do. You said you have a tendency to go left.
Yeah.
Typically on this hole. So really, just try to clear your mind from all those shots that you've had, and really just focus on what you've been doing a few weeks ago on the range.
Yeah.
The nice tempo, nice and easy. When I had you use the swing drill.
Yes.
With the alignment stick, just really nice and easy. Your shots do go to the left, so really that bunker on the right side, that's probably a really good spot to aim.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it does break down to the left. So even if you do miss hit to the right, you have a good chance of the ball rolling down to the hole.
Yeah.
So it really leaves you out of going left, and left is dead, and you're hitting another one.
Another thing too is, even if you do miss right,
you
got a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it goes far right. You're not going to hit it that far into the trees, typically, especially being this close. So what I want you to do is really just go through your pre-swing, what you do, and line up and hit it.
All right.
A little right. Like we were saying, it's not too bad.
Ooh.
Could be a little bunker over there.
No love there.
But, it's definitely a lot better than going to the left, like I said. Did you, now when you were lining up to the ball, did you try to clear your mind of the past shots? Or is that a little difficult?
It's so funny. I stood over the ball and I realized I was aimed at the flag stick, so I kind of self-adjusted my aim over the ball.
Yeah. So one advice I could give you is whenever you feel uncomfortable over a shot, never feel afraid to step back.
Yeah.
Really, if you're stepping back, it might be just for 2 seconds, just realigning yourself. Really, it's about you. Just worry about your own game.
Yeah.
If you're playing with people, don't feel rushed or embarrassed if you step back. Trying to hit the best shot possible. That's key. So.
Yeah.
Whenever you feel like that, just step back, take another deep breath, and execute. Really stay committed.
Good thing I'm in the bunker because now we can practice.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look.
Yeah.
All right, we're here with Elio. We're driving up to his second shot on the par 3. So Elio, once you hit the ball, we explained what you do, your pre-swing, we went through that. So what do you think about after you hit the ball?
Well, the goal that we had before we hit the shot was to not go left.
Right.
But being in the bunker, I hit it kind of where I wanted to. Just didn't hit it as solid as I really wanted to.
Okay.
But that's okay because I'm still in play and have another opportunity to save a par.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we were explaining a few lessons ago out of the bunker, you really got more comfortable hitting your bunker shot, and this is really the same thing. You really want a 15-yard shot. Have the ball released to the hole.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we can do.
Let's take a look. All right, Josh. Right now we're going to do a club head path and angle of approach. I'm going to show you what it looks like and what you should be doing as far as for the pre-swing fundamental, what you should be thinking about. So if you can just stand to the ball to me for a minute. All right. The first thing, when you take it back, you don't want much wrist hinge. So what I mean by that is you don't want too much of that early on. You really want to keep the club low to the ground on your takeaway. All right. And when you get to the top, so you want the club pointed right at the target. Too much wrist hinge, you'll come right over the ball, and then too little, it'll be coming across the ball.
Okay.
Out to the right, all right? And when on your downswing, you really want to work on, that's right, keeping the wrist in front of the ball and a little bit of lag when coming through, all right?
Okay.
And then the follow through, like I said just previous, you want to just follow right through the target. You don't want to, you're right, yep. All right, if you could just hit one for me. It's right at the target. Perfect.